I had been through a pretty rough breakup a couple of months prior with my ex-boyfriend of 5 years who had cheated on me multiple times. I had realistically mentally checked out of the relationship a year or two earlier, but the breakup had seriously knocked my confidence. Anyway, I have the best girlfriends ever who arranged a long weekend trip to a European country. I wasn't really in the mood to go. It had been a stressful period with work, but I couldn't really back out last minute. Anyway, the second we touched down, it was my first holiday in 4 years. Due to the pandemic and other bits falling through, it was genuinely like I could breathe again. I had a couple of days of just pure happiness with the girls. And for one of my friend's birthdays, we went to a beach club near the beach. We were seated and our waiter came, and no word of a lie, my heart skipped a beat. It was exactly like a scene out of a romance book. It was like everything was in slow motion. He was honestly the most beautiful man I'd ever seen. He was tanned, dark hair, muscly, these like turquoise eyes with a ring of yellow around them, and had a tattoo peeking out from the top button of his chest. Completely the opposite of my normal cookie-cutter, corporate boy type. But I've never seen anything like him. He asks my order, and I stutter. Me, stuttering. Anyway, it's clear as soon as he leaves that all my friends also think he's the most beautiful man in the world, so I shrug it off. We enjoy the rest of our day, eating, drinking cocktails, and I'm having probably the best day of my life in the sun. This beach club is probably the most beautiful place I've ever been to. I'm feeling free and happy and relaxed for the first time in what feels like forever. At one point, I go to the bathroom and I feel somebody's eyes on me, but again just feels not real. Me and this gorgeous guy keep catching eye contact when he comes over to serve us. But it's clearly one of those types of places where everyone who works there is gorgeous and it feels just like really good service. A couple of hours later, one of the other waiters brings me a free shot from my secret admirer. It's got rose petals around it, and I'm convinced it was one of my friends in order to boost my confidence. I'm quite tipsy at this point, but he insists it's not one of them. I do my shot and notice another one of the gorgeous waiters laughing and smiling as I do it, and my friends are all like hyping me up. But I feel a little bit disappointed as for some reason I wanted it to be the initial gorgeous guy. Half an hour or so later, the initial guy comes up to me and admits it was him in front of all my friends. He asks me how long I'm staying and asks if I'd like to go on a date, and I'm in shock. My friends are all cheering me on, so I say yes. Me and him chat for a bit in private, and I'm just so attracted to him, and I agree to a date on the Sunday night. For me, this is very adventurous. I'm a very straight-laced, boring person who does not get shots bought ever. I'm quite drunk at this point and a bit cold, so he gives me his jacket and me, and the girls go home. The next day, I panic a bit because a date in a new country with a man I don't know feels a bit dangerous, but I have a great day with my friends and they encourage me to go, but keep my location etc. on. He picks me up, drives me to his house, and he's prepped a full 3-course delicious meal. His voice is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. He's intelligent, really funny, and super open. His flat is gorgeous, a huge balcony right on the beach. It feels completely unreal. The attraction is literally buzzing all night. I can't stop thinking about having sex with him, and part of me is convinced that he does this on the regular because A, he's so gorgeous, and B, he's so calm and collected, like this is normal. We eventually end up having sex, and it was honestly like one of those ridiculous romance books where they have sex all night. I don't want to TMI, but it's genuinely mind-blowing. I have no other word for it. Anyway, I'm in this weird nostalgic state the next day because I know it's a one-time thing, but it felt amazing, and it's like I'm literally vibrating with happiness. We keep talking over text and phone call, and I book a trip to see him the next month, which goes even better. He's probably the funniest person I've ever met. He's incredibly intelligent, very romantic, and very interested. I chalk it down to it just being on holiday.com. A month later, it happens again, even better again. The next month, he comes to stay with me in London for a few weeks whilst I'm working, which I thought would be the end, because none of the delicious seafood we love, no calm beach relaxation days, just me hyper-stressed working 14-hour days. But it's actually my favorite trip because this time, he meets all of my friends and it's the first time I can see him fitting into my life completely. They all think he's the kindest person to walk this earth. A while later, and things are still going strong. And I'm still just as intensely attracted and now more in love than I ever was before.